What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a common coolant leak on a 1999 Infiniti G20. Now this particular vehicle does have an SR20 engine, so if your vehicle does have an SR20, this is going to be useful for you, so go ahead and stay tuned. Now, like I said, these vehicles do have a common coolant leak, and it usually starts leaking right underneath the intake manifold. Right underneath it, there's going to be a hose that connects two pipes together. Usually that hose gets too old and brittle and it starts leaking from there. So let me go ahead and show you guys how that hose looks like. This is the view from underneath the vehicle. You guys can already see that hose right there is leaking. Normally on this particular vehicles, you're going to see that this hose over here is the one that starts leaking. Now it looks like this one has been replaced in the past, but you can obviously see that one right there has a hole, and that's where the coolant is leaking out of. So we're gonna go ahead and replace it. It shouldn't be too difficult. There's two clamps that hold it down. So there's one right there, and then there's another one over here. But we do have this white bracket in the way, so we're gonna have to see if maybe we can sneak our hands in there. If not, we're probably going to have to remove it. If that's the case, there's a fastener right underneath here, and there should be another one up there and one on the left hand side. First, we're gonna go ahead and drain the coolant out of the vehicle so that it doesn't spill on our face. To drain the coolant out of the vehicle, go ahead and go underneath and look for the drain plug. Now usually there's a cover like this that has a hole on it, and then usually the drain plug will be in there. Just go ahead and get a Phillips screwdriver and go ahead and remove that to remove the coolant out of the vehicle before we start working on it. Once you drain your coolant, go ahead and remove this bracket that's in the way right here. So there is three fasteners holding it down. So there's one right here, one over here, and one over here on this right side. In order to remove that bolt on the right, you're gonna have to remove this connection and this sensor right here. Right there, sorry, I can't point there. Go ahead and remove that. There's a fastener on this side holding it down. Once you remove this bracket out of the way, it's gonna give you enough room to remove the clamps. So like I said, there's one over here, and then there's another one behind this piece of metal. Go ahead and remove those fasteners holding down the clamps and remove the hose. I was finally able to get the hose out of the vehicle. It was kind of difficult. I would suggest for you to just cut this and not mess around with trying to remove it. But I wanted to show you guys where it was leaking from. So it's just a very small hole that it had, but that's all it takes for you to have a leak. So let me see if I can find it here. So right here, you guys can probably see that right there. So it did have a little hole in it. I couldn't find this specific hose at the auto parts store, so I just ended up getting a regular radiator hose. This is the part number if you guys are interested in that. This one does bend a little bit, but I think this will be fine. It's not too big of a bend to where the point it causes a blockage right here, so I think it'll be fine. I am going to be reusing the old clamps right here. Still in good condition, so we're just gonna go ahead and put everything back together. It is very crowded in there, so I apologize if I'm not showing you in detail, but it's not too hard. All you're doing is just removing the clamps, so it shouldn't be too bad. I did go ahead and put the hose back on. As you guys can see, there's no kinks in the line or anything like that. Now the only thing left to do is put the bracket back on and fill the car up with coolant. I did go ahead and put some fresh fluid in the radiator, and I ran the car for about 20 minutes. As you guys can see, there's no leaks in the system. So I'm pretty sure this fixed my issue. If you guys have any questions regarding anything that I did today, please make sure to leave them down below. I hope everybody has an awesome day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.